Look at this. What is up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video, man. Holy shit. It is, let me see what time it is. It is 10:18, guys, and it is ridiculous hot outside already. Feel like it's like in the 90 degrees, man. Your boy is sweating. I got both fans going at it. But I think it's like 85 degrees outside, but that sun is beaming. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put one fan over there. Or I don't know. We'll see what's up right now. But anyways, man, today's the day, guys. So I'm actually cleaning up a little bit, man. There's so much stuff everywhere, and I gotta be able to maneuver around to build the little portion of the box that we're gonna do today. So, man, make sure to go ahead and watch the whole video for one. Man, subscribe, because you are not gonna want to miss any of these videos that are fixing to go down. I literally just sweated out all my coffee. Everything that I had going on, that is out the window, because, man, your boy is sweating. And I'm actually going to take out all the Mountain Dew that I bought yesterday, man. Your boy had to buy some Mountain Dew. I know it's not the best choice of drink for this weather, but, man, the sugar gets us going. If you guys ever want to send me stuff or do anything, donate to the channel, man, send your boy some Mountain Dew. I'm going to go ahead and get me a P.O. box. Man, send me all the Mountain Dew, man. I'll drink that stuff while we build this box. Let me finish getting set up, man, because I wasted so much time, I think, cleaning up and make sure I got everything out the way so I can be able to maneuver around. It's still not perfect, but at least we can get started, man. So let me get on it real quick. So I backed up the truck. The wood's still inside there. It hasn't leaked water in there, so I think we're pretty good on that. Air compressor is full with air, man. You gotta let that thing air up. If not, you're just gonna hear that thing running and running and running. If you've been following up and keeping up with all the videos, so this is our final box design. I think we went through like 2 box designs until we finally got to this guy, because once you start drawing out the blueprint and figuring everything out, man, it could change a lot drastically. And like I said, this box design here, pretty much when we build the box, it'll just pretty much just slide right in, and we don't have to do no like buckets so the sub can sit all the way to get any extra airspace or do this or do that. It's just going to pretty much get built and slide in. Our missions for today is to have the back, the sides, and baffle A, B, and C cut out and stapled on the piece of wood. Well, I think we'll see how it goes, because yes, you know, we will staple the sides and the back, man. But you see, we'll probably just do the sides and the baffles, because the back, we really need to take our time routering out the back piece, because it is actually getting a piece of plexiglass. So look at this thing here, guys. This is a pretty big piece of plexi. Look, it's 3/4 inch thick. Okay, so as you can see, this is a 15 by 12. And so this piece of plexiglass, let me pick her up, scratch her, is pretty much gonna go right here. And like I said, if we take a look, you're gonna see obviously the brace and a little portion of the magnets, because I'm gonna try to bring the subs in as close as possible so you can see magnets. But they need to be symmetrical at the same time. And it's going to have that back window of plexi, so you can at least see something cool. And we're going to light it up. We're going to make it look pretty cool. I was going to get one that was like 48 by 12 as well, but I didn't want to be really dealing with the fact of hearing the plexiglass just like beating up against the wood, you know, because like I said, man, we go to these little block parties and these shows, and we jam out for hours, man, and the last thing I want to worry about is like, oh, I can't turn it up because of the plexi, blah, 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 this and that. But with it being like somewhat small, the cutout's not that big, and yes, we do still have to brace it, but it's not as bad as it would be if it would be a bigger piece. So to break it and to really hear it smacking, we'd really have to be having like over 8,000 watts to be hearing this thing. With the 4,000 watts that we're going to put on this guy, I think it should be pretty good. In order to do that piece of plexi and to really make it look really awesome, this back piece, I'm going to have to really router it out, and so we can have real nice fine edges. Although I can cut pretty good with a jigsaw, but it ain't nothing like a straight guide piece of wood and the router, just cutting through it, man, and just making sure that we have the best of the best for this box. The first pieces of wood that we're going to cut, we are going to cut our baffles. But before we actually cut down the actual size of it, what we're actually going to do is we're going to get the table saw and adjust it so it's the height that we need for this. Since the height of the box is 17, our sides and our baffles need to be 15.5, because once you put the top and the bottom on, it equals up the 1.5, you know, that you need to complete it. Okay, and as you can see, we're right on the 15.5 mark, and we need this piece of wood because it's the 15.5 that we need. So we're going to cut all the 15s that we need so they're all exactly the same size, and then we'll go ahead and we'll cut them as we need them so it equals up the measurements for our baffles. Okay, and remember, we went to Home Depot and we got pieces of wood cut down because of this reason, what I'm actually doing right now. So I go to Home Depot. This right here is 17. It's a lot easier to cut that small piece of wood versus cutting out this guy right here. You see what I'm saying? Something as big like this to get our measurement out. So like I said, it's always good to get the wood cut maybe an inch or two higher than what you need. Then you come home, if you have a table saw, man, you cut that thing like how you want it. Okay, so we got our 15.5 that we need. So now you see we got 21 by 15.5. So with one of the sheets, because it's 48, we can get that cut out of both those cuts out of one piece. And the baffle B, obviously we got the other one for us ready to rock and roll, so we can cut it now. So let's go ahead and cut A, B, and C out. Okay, so our next cut is going to be 21 by, what does it say, 15.5. You see my table saw, it extends. It has like a little lever right there. You undo it, and it gives my table saw the ability to slide. So now that I need that 21, we just have to scoot it out. And so I at least have a little bit of play on this piece of the table saw so it can run on there instead of it just being in the air. Let me see. 21 right there. Put this thing all the way back. Let me see. That's pretty much good right there. You see now it is at 21, and we can cut the baffles A and B because those are 21.5, because those are the side ones where the subs are going in the back. Okay, but for these cuts, I'm actually trying to look for my push stick that I have for when I cut wood, because although I could, you know, push it with my hand, but it's better just to push with the stick that I got, because I can apply pressure on the wood and just give myself a nice smooth cut rather than just run it through the table saw, which I probably could, but why do that if I have this tool that makes life so much better. Okay, so this is my stick. This is one I was talking about. You see it has the cutout, so it'll just sit flat on a piece of wood. So basically what this is, since I'm going to cut a piece of wood that's kind of like wide and kind of long and it hangs over, for me to properly do that, you know, on this side I can just keep my hand, but this side, you know, I put my stick on there and I push. You see what I'm saying? So this will be up against it like that, and I'll just keep pushing, and I can get good pressure on it and go, you know, flow through movement, so that piece of wood cuts nice without it having to kick back. So let's do it. Alright, our last baffle piece that we need is baffle B, which is the one going in the back. We already have the side ones right here. They're already cut out, ready to rock and roll. And we got to cut 34 and by 15.5, and that'll give us the back one. So just to double check everything, we're just going to actually go ahead and mark the 34 so we play it safe, just so we know where we're cutting at. So once again, this is why I like to get wood cut, because now I got it somewhat what I needed cut down to, but now I just need to actually get it. So this is actually 14 1/4. that we need. Drink of the Mountain Dew real quick, man, because it's so hot outside. Okay, so we got our baffles cut. A, B, C. You see everything lined up pretty good. On the line. On the line. Of course it's not perfect because we haven't got to stapling yet. But you see that we're pretty much in there, guys. So as you can see, this is the shell of it. So we still need to cut 12 there. 2 12s on the back one. And another 12 right here on the side. And which we will cut right now. Because like I said, I was going to put the backs and the sides of it, but I'm not actually going to do it because I just rather go ahead and do the bracing right here as we're going, so I know that I get the bracing, you know, on point and it looks really good, and that way I can give myself 24 hours to figure out what type of design that I want right here, because I really don't want to go through the middle of the plexiglass. I just rather do something that looks good, because although remember we're going to have a panel right here with some mids and tweeters and all that stuff, but I want to make sure that I get all the braces that's going from here to the baffles to the back of the box, so the box is like really solid. It gives us plenty of the room to do our 30 by 5 port that we need along the bottom, so the box slides in there pretty good, because then when it's at the bottom it just makes that much pressure because the speakers and everything go in on the top wise, and it's just trying to push everything to the bottom, so it's just going to make nothing but solid base. Because some people rather do the port right here in the middle, but you know, I just always think in science projects, if it's a little bit more downwards, it's pushing all that air, it's still making it travel, rather just straight out, and makes it like bounce and shoot out like a cannon, and that thing will get extra deeper, man. So hopefully everything works out for the best, which I know that it will. To me, you know, how should I say this? I always save a lot of the pieces of wood that I cut, because you never know when you're going to need them. And so right now we're going to do perfect example why we need them right now. So this is a strip of the 3/4 that I just cut from getting that 15.5. And so at least we know that our stuff is somewhat all the same height. I like to draw lines. So what we're going to do is we're just going to draw a line on the border of the wood, so then we know where the sub will sit, and you'll see how I'll do it right now. I'll get the straight part of the wood that I just cut, somewhat align it pretty good, well not somewhat, but get on a line. And so we have one straight line, and then we'll go ahead and do the other one. Flip it, just because I feel that edge is smoother. And right there, it's set pretty good. And so that way, whenever I put the sub down, you know, we'll line up the bottom of the sub and the side of the sub right here, and then we'll draw our circle out, and then we'll draw our cutout. So at least all the subs, when they're put in, they're all, you know, matching same height and everything. So this is the back baffle right here, and you know, right off the bat we're going to draw those lines, but you know, we're actually going to have to draw a few more lines, because we are going to have to take the subs measuring into a big consideration, because there's braces that are a topic placement for LEDs, the plexiglass and everything. So this one has to be pretty good, and we have to make sure that we cut it out extra good, because stuff will get seen on the back of it through the plexiglass. I got some lines right here, if you can see it, 3 and 3. So the sub is going to be 3 inches in from the baffle, from the side baffle. No real reason, but just so I can go ahead and draw nice straight lines and still give them a little bit of breathing area, because we could do something with braces along the corner. So why eliminate that space when we can actually utilize it for something good? We're gonna actually just go ahead and trace these lines out, and that's pretty much it for that. And then we could actually start cutting out holes for the speakers. Okay, so you see what I'm saying right here? I line them up with the lines, So I'm actually going to go ahead and, where's my pencil? My pencil right here. I'm going to X out this line because I'm just going to line it up with the bottom line and the side lines, because those lines will add up with the ones along the bottom of the side of the baffles. So basically this sub will go right here, and you know, another sub will go right here, right next to it, and that gives us plenty of space so we can attach the braces for the front chamber and the rear chamber, so it looks pretty good and it stays solid. And you know, obviously with that brace you'll be able to see some of these magnets on the when we do the plexiglass window for the back, so we're going to make sure that everything looks really good. And we're going to need some really cool speaker wire so it'll match up with the box design and everything, but we'll figure out a nice way how to mount the wires and everything so it looks really badass. Okay, since the back baffle actually has to be the nicer one that gets cut out, that's gonna be the first one that I actually cut the holes out for the speakers, because we got a fresh blade in there and I want it to be nice smooth cuts. So let's go ahead and cut this real quick, and then after we cut all the holes out, we're gonna DA them so we have nice smooth edges. Just finishing up, testing out all the pieces of wood, and they all fit pretty good, man. Yes, I know you can probably cut it out with the router and all this other stuff, but this is just my formula on how I cut my wood. Sometimes most people don't have router tables and all the nice router bits, and you know, I'm here to show you the jigsaw can still give you a good cut. We put a fresh piece of 80 grit sandpaper to give us a nice smooth sanding edge, and we're going to sand out those little jagged edges. Since these are the nicer cuts, these are actually what's going to be seen through that plexiglass hole. So we're actually going to go ahead and router this out real quick just so we have a nice round over. So in case you do see it through it while the sub's in there, we still want it to look good. And you know, once we texture that up and paint it, you'll never notice. Okay, as you can see, this actually is like a 1/4 inch flush router bit. So we're actually going to go ahead and take that guy out. So we got our router bit in there pretty good, and this was the outcome of it. You see how it's nice and rounded over, looks pretty good. And once all that gets its little primer and all that stuff, it should be pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and router this piece out now. Alright, there you go. And you see it, and like I said, once we texture the box up and we paint it, you'll ever even notice that maybe it's dropped down a little bit or whatever the situation is, because like the magnets, you know, they're going to be the more focal point of it. So like I said, man, this is the only part of birch I don't like. Okay, so this is it, guys. You see it. So basically a sub will go there, sub will go there, sub will go there, sub will go there, port right here. And as you can see, the back of it, which, you know, we rounded those out because there will be the piece of plexiglass, so you will see a good bunch of it, but it's going to have lights, the brace and everything, so it should work out for the best. Let me know what you guys think in the comments so far, man. This is badass.
And install your pulley. I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so you see this stuff right here? That's all that's glue. You see what I'm saying? So, it takes seconds to get a ride. And just pick up that glue and just clean it off. Clean off your wood. So your wood looks good. Clean the bottom so it doesn't stick or do anything funny. And now your presentation, when someone's looking at the box.
As you can see, that's how it's going to look inside the porta chamber. And remember, the back baffle, we actually routed out the back because there is plexiglass going around the back. So we wanted it to look good because after we texture it, we paint it, and we paint it, make it look good. Man, it's going to look really nice back there. Okay, and look, we're just going to quick load a sub. And you see, it fits inside here good, what we wanted it to do. And it actually has a 1/4 inch space from the magnet to touch the wood. So in case we ever want to put a bigger sub in there with a bigger magnet, we're going to pretty much end today's video at. I wanted to go ahead and make the baffles, cut them out, and staple those together so you can get a good idea of what the box is going to look like. Our goal is to cut every single brace out, cut the window out for the plexiglass, and maybe that'll be it. Because I know the braces are going to be a little bit, how should I say this, time consuming. Because we have to measure this out good so we know exactly where our brace is going. We're probably going to have to put both of the subs in here to see exactly what kind of space that we got so we can build a nice brace. And, load this up with braces and get everything ready. So, and I do want to put a brace in here as well. So that'll be going in here. But remember, the brace that we do, it has to stay within limits because we still need to be able to cut the window on the top of the box to be able to load the subs in. But there you guys have it, man. It's gonna look like something in there. Maybe tomorrow we can test fit it in the truck and see how it looks, man. Thanks for watching today's video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We pretty much went into a little bit more detail and we showed more video footage of actually cutting wood, routing out, and putting stuff together. So in tomorrow's video, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Braces, why braces, this and that, and where they're going, and what to look for when, where to put a brace at. So we got a lot to cover still. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Drop some comments, let me know what's good. Subscribe to the channel, man, because we're going to start doing some good stuff. Because after we're done with my truck, we're going to redo the system in the Trailblazer as well. So we still got a lot to do, man. So make sure to go ahead and subscribe, hit that like, and drop some comments, man. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.